Hello, everyone. It's a new day, and we're back. I'm chatting with Bob Hellyer. It is part six of Bob chatting to us about his life in my Getting to Know You series. Bob has written in my four books, the Memories of Lockdown trilogy, and the book I've just published, Memories of the Lockdown Years. So, Bob, welcome back.
Thank you.
A quick recap on part five. We started part five talking about COVID, when COVID struck, your life, the time through the first lockdown in Spain, and then life for you from that time through till November 2022, when you moved back to England. We then went to March 2023 with the move into your beautiful new home in Somerton, Somerset, in the southwest of England.
With a spare bedroom, which I've turned into my studio.
Lovely.
The, and not only is the art that I've been experiencing, digital art, but my son Joe gave me a rock tumbler for my, I think it was for my birthday,
Mm-hmm.
um, 2 years ago, perhaps.
Yeah.
So I've been fanatical about polishing stones. There's lots of small stones in the garden, and it's amazing what you can find
Yeah.
um, about there.
Yeah.
And then I got into a bit of wire wrapping, silver wire, uh, to present the stones as pendants and the such like. It's a very pleasurable job to do.
I've got one
Um,
here, Bob, to give people an idea. Can we see that? So that's a stone. Ooh, that's a
yeah,
stone that perhaps you found in your garden.
I probably did. Yes, yeah.
And then you've
Um,
wrapped it in, I think this one's wrapped in silver. So it's
yeah,
beautiful, beautifully done. So
yeah,
have you enjoyed doing that?
very much so. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Ooh, got them all over the place. Yeah.
You
Okay.
can't move in my studio for stones.
I think all of us have always loved stones, haven't we?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
do you remember the time Joe was turned back at the airport as a little boy? He must have been
I
about
do.
6 or 7, and he'd collected a few stones on holiday and he had them in his rucksack. And at the airport, the guy, sifting through our
Took them
bags
away from him. Yeah,
in a
yeah,
horrible way and threw them in the bin in front of
yeah.
Joe. It was very traumatic for us all.
Unbelievable.
Anyway, back to you and
So
your
yeah, so
polishing.
there's that. And I just enjoy making things really. Even when I was doing software, it was creating something. So that's what I really enjoy doing. And of course, being in the Glastonbury area, there's a lot of artisans, and there's a lot of um, esoteric interest as well, which I'm very interested in. And I've met through art, I suppose art. I've met some very interesting people, which have become a solid part of my life. Um, one of which you're wearing one of his um, pendants that he makes, energy pendants with healing properties and protection against electromagnetic um, fields and
Yeah.
all sorts of um, natural things centering around electromagnetism, which of course is another thing that I'm interested in,
Yes.
back from my
Are you
radio
talking
days.
are you talking about the wonderful Gary Sharp,
Gary Sharp, yes, yes, without an E on the end.
who also
Yes,
lives in Somerton?
he does live in Somerton.
So this is the
Um,
beautiful pendant that I was lucky enough to get for Christmas, and I'm wearing earrings to match. They don't show up especially well, but they're very beautiful. And as Bob says, with all the healing properties, and we have a very talented young man there, don't we?
he's also an artist as well as being
Mm.
an expert on earth energies. Um, and we've got a little club that we meet actually at 4 o'clock this afternoon.
Okay.
Based on dowsing and um, magnetic poles, nodes, if you like, magnetic nodes, um, the magnetic lines that run through the world. Glastonbury, of course, being the centre of the universe, so they say.
Well,
Glastonbury Tor is a very well
yeah.
known, along with Stonehenge and various other bits and pieces around this area.
And
Very strong.
Glastonbury is known as the heart chakra of the world
Yeah,
and
yeah,
has
it is.
I'm not very knowledgeable on it. You and Gary would be much more knowledgeable on all the ley lines that run through Glastonbury. I mean, it's a very amazing
Yeah,
and extraordinary,
yeah.
wonderful place. Yeah.
And one of the people who are in our Tuesday club is a beekeeper,
Mm.
and it's quite amazing how bees navigate with magnetic lines. They always put their hives, their swarms when they find a place to live. It's usually on a magnetic node.
Yes.
Um, so that's
Wonderful.
and of course Gary is involved with geomagnetism. I think it's what's it called when agro electro agro electro. I can't remember the name of it,
Okay. Okay.
but he's a gardener as well. So he combines all the earth energies into practical
Yeah.
things. It's good.
Wonderful.
He's very knowledgeable. Um,
And a wonderful friend.
yes, yes, indeed. Yeah, we've got a little project together for doing things like oh, you can't see it. That's
No.
weird. The
You'd have to hold
wonders
it
of
up.
technology.
You'd have to hold it up in front of your t-shirt, Bob.
I don't know. Can you?
Yes, if you hold it up in front of you, because otherwise it gets lost in your back screen. Yes, that shows. Doesn't show very clearly, but it shows. So, so that's your collaboration. Wonderful. So,
Yeah.
apart from your beautiful rocks, the rock polishing, the wrapping, making the jewelry out of that, which you do yourself, your collaboration with Gary with all these beautiful, beautiful pendants and earrings and all the different things that he makes. You collaborate with him also on some of it. So what else have you been doing? Because art-wise, your creativity, I think, in the last years has just expanded incredibly. It's just amazing to see and wonderful.
Well, I've turned my hand. Well, I say turn my hand. I've always been interested in alternative medicine, if you like. Medicine's the wrong thing, really, isn't it?
Mm.
Um, Healing, if you
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
Um, People are now realizing that their own bodies can actually heal themselves as long as they're given the right ingredients, like food. They have to have proper food, not processed food. And one of the greatest things, sorry about the phone, is is getting your gut working properly. And there's this wonderful yogurt which mends the internals, if you like, of your
Hmm.
body. Uh, and I decided I was going to make some.
Mm.
and through that, I've now got a thrive. Well, I say a thriving business, but a little supplement um, to my meager pension, um, making pots of yogurt for people.
Wonderful.
Um,
So
and
what's
also
what's different about the pot of yogurt that you make, in contrast to the pot of yogurt that somebody would wander into a supermarket and buy? Why would they buy from you?
the particular bacteria that's used
Mm,
is Lactobacillus reuteri, which is a good bacteria,
yeah,
which allows a lot of things in your body to start working properly rather than fighting against each other. Uh, and it's people have found it very I would say healing, but
yes,
useful.
yes,
That's,
very healthy. Yeah.
and yeah, I've got a fridge, with little
A
stock in it.
fridge full of it. So there's lots of different things that you're doing, apart, of course, from the art that you've always done and
Yeah,
developed.
yeah, yeah. I do the occasional exhibition. Um, Unfortunately, our local place has now closed, but um, the Somerton Art, what's it called? Yeah, uh, there is a group of people in Somerton
Mm,
who every year put on
mm,
an exhibition
mm,
open to everyone,
mm,
uh, and that's coming up at the end of May.
mm,
So I'm preparing what I'm going to be putting in for that.
mm.
Usually four paintings and
Yeah,
in frames and five in mounts.
yeah,
The
yeah,
worst thing, of course, is trying to choose which ones out of my hundreds
yeah.
that I'm quite prolific
Yeah.
when it comes to that. Spend
No,
a fortune on ink and paper.
yeah. But it's excellent. I mean, some of your work is absolutely excellent. We just the right people need to see it because you've got
That's
such a lot, so many different talents. I think it's amazing. Mm.
that's the trouble with the art world is um, getting displayed and getting known. Uh,
Yeah.
it's almost impossible to make a living out of being an artist. But I'll stop it. I should have turned that off, shouldn't I have, before starting? Um, but I do it for the pleasure of it. I'd
Absolutely.
much rather give
Yeah.
it to someone and have them appreciate it
Mm.
than trying to make money out of it. And,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's
Okay. And so apart from that, Bob, apart from all the wonderful creative things you're doing at the moment, how do you feel about living in Somerset in England? What's it like?
well, it's being in Somerton. I'm only about 15 minutes drive from you and Joe
Yeah.
down in the street.
Yeah.
So the whole family is still together uh, in a loose
Yeah.
in a loose form. I still play snooker with Joe,
Yeah. And we've got the other
and we
children
go
and
out. Yeah,
children,
yeah,
grandchildren around. Yep.
literally just down the road from you as well. Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
And we go out for a lovely meal. Had a lovely meal the other day. Um, and what was I going to say? Um,
Well, the other thing is that from where you are now, you do make wonderful trips to Sussex.
yes, that was what I was going to say. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. So about 20 of us from my hometown in Bognor Regis that I've known since the age of 5, really, and through my teenage years. And we still keep in touch regularly, at least once every 6 months. And that is so refreshing to know that there are people that you still keep in touch with, and like we've known each other for so long
Mm.
that there are no secrets, if you like.
No, absolutely.
You know,
I think it's fantastic because I think in general us girls are very good at keeping in touch with all our old girlfriends, all our school friends, and all of that. I think we're very good at that. But I've always been amazed at you and your friendship group of guys
mm,
who keep in touch and have kept in touch all through the years, have worked together, have, done all the different things you've done together, and you still keep in touch and you're still such close friends. And that's
yeah,
priceless.
yeah, yeah. We might not see each other for 6 months, but when we do meet again, it's like it was only yesterday.
Yeah,
You can jump into
yeah,
a conversation
yeah,
that's 6 months old without pause.
yeah.
You know,
And those are
so
true
it's a thing to
friends.
be cherished. And like you say, there's not a lot of people who move away from their hometown and still keep in touch with people.
Yeah, yeah.
I know. Yeah,
And perhaps that's a really lovely, upbeat thing to leave us with. The fact that you're settled, you've got a lovely home, you've set up your studio, you've got all your wonderful creative projects and your new friends. You're still close enough to play snooker with Joe regularly because I can remember you taking him to the pub in West Sussex when he was aged probably 5 and could hardly reach the table to teach him to play snooker. You can still do that with him. I mean, these are wonderful things, and
yeah,
as you say, to really be cherished. You can still tap in and find all your old friends. The big kids and the grandchildren are still nearby. So it's a good, it's a
yeah,
good, it's a good moment to finish because this is the end
yeah.
of it is the end of your life story. It's not the end of your life, but it's the end of your life story so far. So perhaps we'll be back in another while, year or so, to carry on from that. Is there anything else? I know one question I wanted to ask you, Bob. I am putting you on the spot here, but can you think of any one person? And if it takes ages, we won't go into it. But can you think of any one person that you think has really influenced your life, or even a couple of people?
Gary Sharp, definitely.
Mhm.
Um,
Your later life, yeah.
in my later life,
Mm.
in my earlier life,
Any time in your life.
Nick Jones.
Yes,
Nick Jones, who introduced, well, quite a lot of us actually
yes,
into the music business.
yes.
Um, Without sitting down and mulling it over.
No, that's fine. That's lovely.
Those are probably the two most influential.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah.
Fantastic. Lovely. Okay,
Oh, and Mr. Murray, who was our metalwork teacher.
Mr. Murray from school days.
Yeah,
Wonderful, wonderful. Bob,
yeah.
thanks very much. We'll all catch up again soon, and I think we'll leave it there.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Oh, and will you write in my next book? Because I'm starting to collect stories for book 5 now.
Might do.
Okay. Bye for now. Bye.
Bye.